Hello, welcome to Cycle for Health in London, the channel that showcases safe cycle routes between the capital's health sites. My name is David Lincoln. I'm a nurse and I cycle regularly in London. Today I'm cycling from the Royal Free Hospital in Hampstead to the Whittington Hospital in Archway. This is a local trip and the whole journey takes about 15 minutes, which is probably faster than taking a cab. And it knocks the socks off public transport. I think that most people don't like mixing with buses and heavy vehicles, so I choose routes that mostly avoid main roads and make use of low traffic neighbourhoods where possible. We start at the Royal Free Hospital, which offers an extensive range of acute and specialist services. Each year they carry out hundreds of kidney and liver transplants and care for people with different types of cancer. They're also home to one of only 2 high-level isolation units in the UK, which are used in the treatment of highly infectious diseases such as Ebola. So we leave the hospital at the Pond Street entrance. The street is named after a source of the River Fleet, a pond here on South End Green, at the bottom of the hill here, which existed until Victorian times. Crossing South End Green can be a little uncomfortable as we have to mix with general traffic on this one-way street or mini gyratory. But we can soon turn off onto the Constantine Savanac low traffic neighbourhood. The low traffic neighbourhood, or LTN, is achieved by a modal filter, which is open to walking and cycling, but uses these bollards here to stop running motor vehicles from diverting down these residential side streets, which are unsuitable for through traffic. The only traffic you're likely to encounter here is using the streets for access and not just passing through. As a consequence, the area is quiet and comfortable to cycle in. The journey to the Whittington is less than 3 miles long and takes under 20 minutes. Choosing to cycle short trips like this is one of the easiest ways of incorporating moderate physical exercise into daily life. The recommended dose for adults, of which is at least 150 minutes per week. Physical inactivity is secondary to diet in terms of causing obesity, but being active can support weight loss and improve health. A recent King's Fund report has called on the NHS to show leadership in behavioural changes that tackle obesity and support holistic health and well-being improvement. Far from being role models, there is evidence that the prevalence of obesity among nurses is increasing, and nurses like me are just as likely to be overweight as the general population, if not more. Nurses face potential barriers to leading healthy lifestyles, both inside and outside the workplace, including shift work, lack of breaks, the sometimes fast-paced nature of the job, and the emotional labour of nursing. It makes sense for NHS employers to support measures that make it easier for nurses to achieve physical activity recommendations, such as incorporating active travel into our daily routine. Around 90% of registered nurses are women. The London Cycling Campaign's Women's Network recently investigated why only 1/3 of London's daily cycle trips are made by women, in contrast to Dutch cities where women make more than half of trips cycled. Women said they regularly face abuse when they cycle, especially on roads with no safe space for cycling. Women also reported that a major barrier to cycling is a lack of good cycle infrastructure, such as protected cycle lanes and low traffic routes. The evidence is clear. We need the Mayor of London, Transport for London, the Metropolitan Police and every London borough to act urgently on these barriers to women's mobility and freedom, so that women can cycle all the everyday journeys they want to, for greater equality, more active lifestyles, less road danger and lower carbon emissions. As NHS workers in an organisation where 3/4 of the staff are women, we owe it to our colleagues, to our patients and to ourselves to advocate for a level of service on our streets that facilitates active travel. Just look at how uninviting Magdalena Avenue is for cycling and walking. We need a healthy hospital street concept outside every hospital to give space for visitors and patients to enjoy. Well, that's the end of our journey. I hope you found this video useful or interesting. If you did, then please subscribe to this channel. Also, check out the channel London Cycle Routes, where John Stone produces new cycle routes almost every week. And if you're not confident about cycling the routes on your own, then check out the London Cycle Campaign's Cycle Buddies. Goodbye from me, David Lincoln. Do join me again and cycle for health in London.